Now, welcome to our first Road to Ahsoka video, where we're going to talk about some of the key characters that could or will appear in the upcoming Ahsoka series. And we're going to start with Sabine Wren, who is 100% confirmed to be in
Yes,
the show.
we've seen her in the trailers.
Yes.
It'd be weird if she wasn't. All right. She's obviously going to be an important character of the show, so we're going to give you some background information if you don't know who this character is.
Yeah, maybe you haven't watched Rebels and you wanted just a quick snippet. You don't even want to have to watch any episodes. This is kind of more for you or a reminder of everything this character's done in Ben.
She was born on Mandalore in 21 BBY. She's a member of Clan Wren, House Vizsla. Her mother, Ursa, was actually a member of Death Watch before the end of the Clone Wars when everything kind of went to heck on Mandalore. When the Clone Wars ended, Sabine actually joined the Imperial Academy, like Luke was going to do.
Like Luke really wanted to go.
She was an Imperial cadet, very mechanically inclined. She actually loves explosives, too.
Yeah, to her detriment or to the detriment of her own people. But hey, we'll get to that.
Yeah. She built an arc pulse generator that was nicknamed the Duchess in honor of Satine, the former
cold,
Duchess of Mandalore. And what it was some sort of it was a weapon that reacted to Beskar in Mandalorian armor, which incinerated the armor and disintegrated their wearers.
That's hardcore.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, many Mandalorians thought kind of it was an abomination, and
I can't imagine why.
They did not like her anymore. And when Sabine witnessed the Empire using her weapon to subjugate Mandalore, she kind of was, of course, racked with guilt.
What exactly did she think they were going to do with it?
She probably really didn't think about it too much.
How do you not think about that?
You know, she's just like, if I can, like Oppenheimer, you build the bomb, but you don't really think they're going to drop it.
Hey, Oppenheimer thought they were going to drop it.
But he still built it.
He did.
Yeah, think about that.
That's a kind of a different thing. Oppenheimer was trying to stop a world war. She's just building something that melts her own people's armor. This is a different thing.
All right, well, she did speak out against the Empire, and her family sided with the Empire. She was banished and ran off from the Empire, but before she left, she destroyed her weapon. At age 16, she had already joined a rebel cell on the planet of the Fall.
May I just add, like, when she was building a weapon that would melt Beskar, I was playing with action figures and melting them by fire. Yes.
Yeah, so she joined up with the rebel cell, the Ghost Crew, Harrison Dula, former Jedi Padawan Kanan Jarrus, Chopper the Astromech, Zeb.
Everybody else gets a title, and then there's just Zeb.
Zeb, Gara Zeb Aurelius. And eventually Ezra Bridger, who had a crush on her, but she was like, he's a kid.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, when you're young, like, 2 years difference can be all the difference in the world. And then you get older, and it's like, what?
Yes.
Sorry.
One of her trademarks on the mission she would go on is she liked to airbrush onto things. She was nicknamed the Artist.
Yeah.
By the enemy.
By the Empire?
Yeah, by the Empire. Eventually, somewhere along the line, she went on an undercover mission as an Imperial cadet and infiltrated the Academy to help defecting cadets to, like, help them get out.
Yeah.
Which was cool, because that's where she met Wedge Antilles.
Yep.
She helped him and Hobby get out of the Imperial Academy and join up with the rebellion.
Moment of silence for Hobby.
Okay. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to edit it out.
No, you're not.
Goodbye,
come on.
Goodbye, Hobby.
That's terrible.
But yeah, she's the reason that Wedge got out of the Imperial Academy and was joined up with the rebellion, which is really cool. Eventually, she had a mission where Ezra ran off with Maul and did some weird stuff, but that's how she got the Darksaber. Because Maul had it in his cave and she stole it. That's how she got it. Super cool. Then she gave it to Kanan for safekeeping because she didn't think she was worthy of it. She was kind of still haunted by the estranged relationship with her family after she built a murder weapon. But then eventually the Ghost Crew was like, hey, we need you to learn how to use the saber for the sake of your people and to bring them into the rebellion. So Ezra and Kanan trained her with it until she was able to overcome her feelings and use the blade properly.
Yeah, good episode.
It really was.
It's probably her best episode.
Eventually, she and the Ghost Crew went back to her home in Crow Nest to reunite with her family and to bring them into the fold. And her mom was kind of like, meh, I don't like you. She didn't. She tried to imprison her daughter. But then Sabine pulled out the Darksaber and she's like, but I have this, Mom. And she's like, well, still, you're not really welcome. And Sabine's like, but come join the rebellion. And she's like, well, how'd you get that weapon? And he's like, well, I found it in a cave. And her mom's like, so you didn't earn it in combat. I see. That's real cool and all. And her mom concocted a plan to trade the Darksaber and the 2 Jedi who accompanied her, Ezra and Kanan, to Gar Saxon for the safety of her clan and her daughter. Of course, Saxon kept to his... No, he didn't. He was like, I'm gonna kill Ursa Wren. And then Sabine used Ezra's saber to fight against Gar Saxon, who was fighting her with the Darksaber. So she did win it in combat from him, because she won.
Yeah.
Yay. And then, of course, that helped rebuild the bridge between Ursa and her daughter. She told her everything she was doing. She was trying to protect her family. That's why they were working for the Empire. Hey, your father was actually taken hostage to kind of keep Clan Wren in line. Then bo-katan showed up. She, of course, used to be the regent of Mandalore before Clan Saxon in the Empire kind of kicked her out. Sabine tried to give her the Darksaber, thinking, hey, you used to be the ruler, I'm going to give this to you. But bo-katan's like, no, I failed at ruling already, I'm done with this. And then they're like, wait, no, let's go save our dad. Sabine wanted to go save her father, who was being transported. And they did! Yay. Cutting out, the 20 minutes of the episode you'd have to watch. Ta-da! After she reunited with her father with the help of bo-katan, Sabine, radioed for her mom to, bring her the good news that they did it, and they found out this was kind of a trap that the Empire was luring some of the forces out so they could attack the Clan Wren home, when they also had an AT-DP walker there, which is a funny, smaller little AT.
Yeah.
And it had a Duchess on it. The weapon that Sabine built, that Sabine thought was destroyed. Bo-Katan was super pissed.
Go figure.
Because she's like, you built that thing? And she's like, I destroyed that thing. They must have built another one.
It's like a Death Star. Just build it again.
Which is exactly what they did. Well, so now Sabine and bo-katan had to work together to find the new version of the Duchess, and they messed with it so that it would actually... I know this sounds cheesy, but it was a cartoon.
Yes.
Destroyed Stormtrooper armor instead of Beskar.
That's just a quick tweak.
Yes.
Flip a switch.
You flip a switch and it goes from Mando to Stormtrooper. Well, of course, then they have to destroy the weapon, because even though it was fun blasting Stormtroopers, we still don't want them to have... I'm sure they couldn't build a third or anything.
Oh, no.
Mm-mm. But after Sabine and bo-katan had that little fun fight together, Sabine offers her the Darksaber again, saying that, hey, you're the true ruler of Mandalore. And bo-katan accepts it and takes back being the leader of the Mandalorian clans.
And doom ensues.
Yeah, but
That's a different story.
We're not talking about that. Yeah, so Sabine knows bo-katan too.
Yeah, she does very much.
And then the final season, we have the liberation of Lothal, the planet in which the Ghost Crew was originally kind of stationed on.
Yeah, it was kind of the first season there, kind of more just trying to help the people on Lothal. And
it's Ezra's homeworld.
Yes, it is.
Well, she took part of course, the liberation. There was this big giant dome thing in the center of the planet, and their big power thing. Well, she partly was in the group, leading the group that infiltrated this dome. And then things weren't going so well. And then a huge pod of Purgle showed up, space whales, summoned by Ezra, who devastated the Imperial fleet because they're giant space whales.
Yep.
It grabbed Thrawn in his fancy Chimera, which was his Super Star Destroyer thing.
Well, it's not a Super Star Destroyer, but yeah.
Mega Star Destroyer?
No, it's not
Megatron? Well, it grabbed all of them with their tentacles. They disappeared off into who in the world knows where. Sabine finished blowing up the dome. They evacuated. It was a lot of fun. But when she blew it up, she did go, for Kanan and Ezra. Because she thinks that... Because, yeah.
Yeah, she has Ezra's lightsaber at this point, too.
She does. Ezra did leave it for her.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a pre-recorded message left from Ezra that was Ezra telling him that they were the best family he could have hoped for. Following the Battle of Jakku, in the Empire's fall, Sabine remained on Lothal to defend it in honor of Ezra and his sacrifice, and her overwhelming guilt for not being able to find him.
Yeah, but that's...
Yeah. So that is probably all you need to know about Sabine. Mandalorian, artist, lover of blowing things up.
Yeah, built a weapon that melted Beskar.
Inclined, yeah. Hopefully she showcases some of those skills.
You didn't talk about her bounty hunting days at all.
Yeah, she did bounty hunted for a little bit. I did.
There you go.
That's about all you really need to know.
Yeah, it doesn't really... It was kind of
She bounty hunted for a short while.
Yes.
And then she joined up with the Ghost Crew, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to actually fight the Empire, because she was very upset about what happened when she was a kid. Yes. She was in the academy building them super weapons. But that is all you need to know about Sabine Wren going into the show.
We hope.
We hope. And yes, Sabine and Ahsoka do know each other, because Ahsoka worked with their rebel self from time to time.
For a little while, yeah. They kind of...
They're friendies. Yeah,
not really close. I mean, there's not a whole lot of interaction between Ahsoka and Sabine, but close enough.
Enough that they're acquainted.
The link is more Ezra. Yeah. All right, well, that is going to be all we got for you this time, so now it's your turn to take to the comments below and tell us what you think of Sabine's story, and let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.